Welcome, Japanese woodblock print collectors and enthusiasts. One thing I love about collecting Japanese prints is that there are many true stories, legends, and characters from Japanese history that appear again and again. Many different artists will create print designs using the same historical characters, so we can see and compare Kuniyoshi, Kunisada, Hiroshige, Yoshitoshi, and other artists' versions of these popular tales. So, in that vein, I'm going to tell you the story of the Revenge of the Soga brothers. And I'll illustrate it along the way with some wonderful prints by famous ukiyo-e artists. The Soga brothers' story is a true story from 12th century Japan, but there are many versions and side stories as well. I'm going to give you the middle-of-the-road version and leave out a lot of the tangents. The two Soga brothers are Juro and Goro, and by the end of this video, you should be able to tell them apart. Juro is the older brother, Goro the younger. Here we see the two brothers and their mother in a print by Hiroshige. Hiroshige, although he's best known for his landscapes, did a wonderful set of 31 prints of the Soga brothers' story. You'll see a few of them pop up in this video. The name Soga is the name of their stepfather, which they adopted after their mother remarried. Their biological father was Kawazu Saburo, and he was murdered by his cousin, a man named Kudo, when the brothers were 3 and 5 years old. Since Kudo feared revenge, there was a plot to execute the children by beheading them at a beach, but somehow at the last minute their lives were spared. Here's a print by Chikanobu of the two brothers at Yui Beach, ready for execution, and another print by Hiroshige of them being pardoned at the last minute. So anyway, their mother married another man named Soga, and Soga adopted the elder son Juro, while the younger brother Goro was sent to a Buddhist temple to be trained as a monk. But the two brothers secretly had been training themselves to avenge their father, and they were just waiting for the right opportunity. I like the scene of the boys playing with wooden swords in the snow by Yoshitoshi. And here's a print by Hiroshige of the teenage boys with their mother. So time flies by and the brothers become 20 and 22 years old. They both grew into strong warriors. Here's a print by Kunisada. I love the butterfly and bird kimonos. The kimono design is another way to tell the brothers apart. Bird equals Juro, butterfly equals Goro. Also, in the kabuki theater, the younger brother is usually depicted with what's called the Muki Miguma makeup style that uses red pigment and is used for roles that are youthful and have a strong sense of justice. This print is by Kunichika. Once again, note the stylized butterfly design on his kimono. Here are a couple more prints of him with the Muki Miguma makeup. Around that time, May 1193 to be exact, the shogun, Minamoto Yorimoto, had organized a month-long hunting party at the foot of Mount Fuji. This was an enormous event with 700,000 people participating. And I apologize for the quality of this print, but you can see the scale of this hunt. Fuji is in the background, and in this scene, the animals are driven out of the forest towards fences and spearmen waiting to kill them. During that hunt, a samurai named Nita Tadatsune, remember that name, jumped on and killed a giant wild boar. So this hunt was good news for the Soga brothers because their enemy Kudo was attending. Juro and Goro did some initial reconnaissance and then prepared their weapons and went back to the hunting camp on a dark, rainy night. Spoiler alert, in this print by Yoshitoshi of Juro getting ready to depart, he sees a cuckoo flying in the evening sky. The cuckoo is a symbol of future tragedy. So they sneak past the guards and into the camp and find Kudo's tent and kill him. Here's a print by Kuniyoshi and one by Hiroshige. And that's when all hell breaks loose. As soon as he was dead, the alarm sounded, and there was a big fight that became known as the Juban Kiri, or slashing of 10, in which they say 10 samurai were killed and many more injured. During that fight, Juro was killed by the samurai Nita, the same one that had killed the wild boar. Here is a print by Kunisada of Nita standing above Juro. Note the cuckoo again flying in the night sky. And finally one by Hiroshige of their epic sword fight in the rain. Goro was captured by a sumo wrestler named Goromaru. Here's a print of the wrestler hiding under a kimono and getting ready to jump on Goro. Here's one by Kuniyoshi. You can see Goromaru behind him. And here's another beautiful print by Yoshitoshi of that scene. And you can barely see Goromaru wearing the red, holding tightly onto him. And here is an amazing print by Sharaku of the wrestler restraining Goro. I love this composition. It looks so modern. Look at these wonderful feet and the resigned expression on Goro's face. Now the fight was over. Goro was brought before the shogun to determine his fate. The shogun was sympathetic to Goro's story of honor and revenge and thought about sparing his life. But he changed his mind when he saw how angry Kudo's young son was, and he realized that if he didn't punish Goro, then the cycle of revenge would continue and there would be no peace. So Goro was executed. And thus ends the story of the revenge of the Soga brothers. I hope you enjoyed the tale of the Soga brothers and saw some woodblock prints that you haven't seen before. I know I did. While doing the research for this video, I found this print by Sharaku, which has given me new respect for his artistry. For those of you planning a visit to Japan, why not visit the Soga Hachiman Shrine in Shizuoka? The shrine was established in the year 1197, and both the brothers are said to be enshrined there. Until next time, please like and subscribe, and happy collecting.